can. Spins a web any size. Catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
What? I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work.
Because I am going on vacation.
Heads up, Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
the phone.
Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks?
What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo. Oh,
I think MJ really likes me.
that reminds me when I first fell in love.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world?
Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel? Unavailable. But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
What do you want, Peter?
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, I
am Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility.
Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Oh my God.
I just always feel like I'm putting my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You going to step up or not?
I gotta get you guys out of here. Get on the jet. Who are you? I work with Spider-Man.
You work for Spider-Man?
I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. This is year 7. That's right, year 7. This is year 7 of Movie Month. For 30 days, I'll watch 30 movies and do 30 podcasts. And this is day 4.
What, is somebody cutting their grass? Oh yeah, guy's weed whacking. This guy, my neighbor, all he does is yard work. Doesn't that bum know I'm trying to record a podcast? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Movie Month. It is day 4. And yes, finally, I've caught up with the Marvel Universe once again, where I saw Spider-Man Far From Home, which confuses me sometimes because the last one was called Homecoming. That one made sense because Spider-Man, was a high school kid again, homecoming, like a dance, but also he's coming home to Marvel, leaving Sony, leaving those amazing Spider-Man movies that I never saw, never will see behind. But then, this one makes sense too as far as he's far from home, because Spider-Man's big thing is he's in New York. And now he's not in New York because he's on a school trip. Yada, yada, yada. But this was the movie that also might have been the end of Tom Holland as Spider-Man, the end of Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe. But I think they've come to terms. Sony was pulling him away. I think they've come to terms because Sony is stupid to do that, because nobody cares. Nobody cared that much about the Amazing Spider-Man. Oh my God, now the air conditioning's going on. The world is against me, friends. I am outside to escape a house so I can actually have some quiet time to record. And everywhere I turn, there is ambient noise. Tweeting birds. I think I'm just going to walk into the woods and see how far I can get. But then I'll probably have ticks all over me. So yeah, once again, Marvel knocks it out of the park with a big, fun superhero movie that apparently I did not get spoiled on at all. Okay, now I'm going to spoil things. I'm assuming you saw it or you just don't care enough to turn away. But I had no idea, one, that there was going to be a black suit Spider-Man. It wasn't really the black suit. It was just kind of a play on that. And two, that the Mysterio thing was a... what's the term? I don't know, but it was he wasn't a good guy. I thought this whole time that Jake Gyllenhaal was like part of joining the Avengers now, joining the Marvel Universe. I had no idea that he A, is the bad guy, and B, doesn't survive the movie. So, you're watching Spider-Man, and he's got to go to on a European trip. He doesn't want to be Spider-Man for now, but at the same time, Sam Jackson needs him to help with some things, but he doesn't want to do it, and Happy Hogan's around, and Happy Hogan's dating his aunt, Marissa Tomei, who, younger kids are probably like, that's Spider-Man's aunt, but to me, it's always, like, she's on, Marissa Tomei from George Costanza, Loving Her, to My Cousin Vinny, to a million other things. Love Marissa Tomei. Where am I going with this? I don't know. I just love this movie. It was a lot of fun. It was, they just continuously expand on these stories, build to the next thing, but they do it in a way that is entertaining and fun. They have fun with these movies. And so, for the first hour, you think that there's these elementals that ruined one world, and now they're coming to this world to ruin this world. And this guy, Quentin Beck, gets out of that world to come to this world to try to save everybody. He knows what to do. And then, the kids in the high school see him on a trip, and they start calling him Mysterio because when they were in Italy, they called him like the Man of Mystery, and he said Mysterio, so that's what they started calling him. So much so that he liked it when Peter Parker called him that, and he started calling himself that. But he's there to save the world from these elementals. Then Peter Parker helps, blah, 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 blah. And they save these guys. And I'm like, there's like an hour left in this movie. What the hell are they going to do now? They go for a drink. He's like, come on, let's go for a drink after they save the world. And Peter and this guy go for a drink. And they're in a bar. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody notices this dude is wearing this giant weird spacesuit lit up in the middle of a bar. Like, what's going on here? Why doesn't anybody care? They have a little drink. Peter has these glasses that Tony Stark left for him. Said, for the next Iron Man, I trust you. And Peter gave them to this guy thinking, you are a good person. You are wholesome. You should be the next Iron Man. He puts him on. He kind of looks like Tony. He's got the beard. He's got the hair. I think Peter saw that in him, gave it to him. He's like, thank you so much. He leaves. And then, boom, all this stuff fades away, and we realize this is all an illusion, and this guy is not from another world. He's the bad guy. There's a bunch of ex-Tony Stark employees that turn bad because of how Tony treated them, including, like, Peter Billingsley. He's the bald guy in this movie. Now, he was actually in the first Iron Man. He actually was one of the producers on the first Iron Man. He's friends with Jon Favreau, and you may know him as Ralphie from A Christmas Story a million years ago, or every minute of Christmas Day on TBS. Or I may know him as Messy Marvin. Anyone? Messy Marvin? Or was he also the dirt bike kid or the BMX kid? I don't know. But he was in this, and they actually called back to the original Iron Man. They did some cool things of calling back to different moments in Iron Man's history and the Avengers. And it turns out that there's a bunch of Stark employees led by this guy who are planning revenge. They're going to become the heroes by threatening the world and saving the world at the same time, using all these drones that are Stark drones that they've taken control over. And there goes the air conditioner again. All these drones that they're going to take over to create illusions that they can then save. Peter knows this. Zendaya, MJ, she notices that there's a something that breaks off with webbing on it. She finds it. She keeps it. She presents it to Peter and says, "I think you're Spider-Man. Look, this guy in Europe is using the same webs. You're here. He's here." She figures it out. I am always a fan of when people figure out. Now there's a hawk flying over. What the hell? Where am I? You always, I love when people figure out the secret and are brought into the fold, into the group. So someone else finding out, great, and she pretty much figured it out herself. But then he confirmed it. They realize, oh, this whole thing is a setup. This whole thing is fake. And then the rest of the movie, it's just trying to figure out what's real and what's fake, what's being projected, and then they fight back against the bad guy and beat him in the end. And then it got weird also. Oh, no, the ending was great because the ending showed, first of all, they brought back, what the hell's his name? The guy who played J. Jonah Jameson in the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. He's back. He doesn't have he has bald now, but he's playing a kind of a podcast for the dailybugle.net, which I think is that a take on, isn't it like a Daily Caller podcast website or something? But also the Daily Bugle is where Peter used to was a newspaper photographer back in the original comics, in the original movies. Nowadays, I think it makes more sense to make it a website and a podcast and whatever. And Mysterio actually doctored some footage before he died to make it look like Spider-Man's the evil guy. And then, like right after, it's like a cut scene at the end of the credits, he tells the world that Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Which, if he's going to be the next Iron Man, I mean, everyone knew that Tony Stark was Iron Man. Now the whole world thinks or knows that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, and that's how it ends. But that's not how it ends. Then we go through the whole credits, and at the end, we see that Maria Hill and Nick Fury, who have been there the whole time kind of guiding things, they gave the glasses to Peter Parker. They've been dealing with, being there the whole time, kind of helping him and guiding him, that they're not even who they are. They're in illusion suits too, or shape-shifting too. They're the aliens from Captain Marvel, the green people. I don't know what they're called. I forget what they're called. I'm sure I'd know it if I heard it. But one of the guys is Ben Mendelsohn, who's awesome and everything. They're pretending to be Nick Fury and Hill, but not evilly. They're actually there helping. Nick Fury is on a spaceship somewhere, and this guy's calling in, going, everything worked to plan. We gave Parker the glasses. There was a slight hiccup along the way, basically the entire movie, but everything kind of worked out. Don't worry about it. And Nick Fury looks like he's vacationing on an island, even though it looks fake, because it is fake. He gets up and like a fake thing, virtual reality type thing, whatever, a fake island, and he's actually on this giant spaceship, walking around in shorts with no shoes on, almost like he was on vacation on a spaceship. So I don't know what the hell that means. Does that mean that Spider-Man is going to be brought into Captain Marvel's future? Does that mean, because that ties in these aliens and the spaceship makes me think of Captain Marvel. Here's the thing. I know I'm interested in these comic book movies, but I don't know enough about them to know what the hell I just saw and what that means. And some people will be like, oh, he's on the intergalactical spaceship, and that means that he's working with the boobily doobs. I don't know what these aliens are. It's just, I like it. I was like, oh, those are the green aliens from Captain Marvel. That's what I know them as. And now they're the good guys, right? But they always kind of were the good guys. You thought they were bad guys, but they were just trying to get home with Captain Marvel. And now they're brought into the Spider-Man universe. Again, I don't know when movies are going to be starting to be made again. They will eventually, but now I'm seeing in the news that AMC movie theaters might not be able to recover. It might go bankrupt, which that just doesn't make sense that movie theaters eventually won't come back. Heck, I've gone to plenty of movies where no one's sitting next to me. I'm definitely more than 6 feet apart from people. And hopefully someday I'll do that again. Of course, this year, every movie is going to be on TV or streaming. Today, I signed up for Stars. A free week. They gave a free week away. I'm going to use that free week because that's where I saw Spider-Man. And there's 2 other movies that I'm going to be watching At least. There might be a third, but there's definitely 2 other movies I'm going to be watching through Stars in this 7 days coming up. So if you're a Stars subscriber or you look at Stars, you may look around and say, I wonder what those 2 other movies might be. God, what else was in this movie that I liked? I just enjoyed the whole thing. There were things where I thought, that was cool. I should remember to talk about that. I don't remember any of this stuff. Wow, this is a short one. I'm on 12 minutes, and I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Oh, I do like the whole thing where they do address the Avengers movies where they showed, Thanos snapping his fingers. They didn't show that, but, when half the globe disappeared, and then 5 years later they reappeared, they actually showed how that worked in the high school. Luckily for Peter, all of MJ and his best friend both disappeared, and Flash Thompson, who's kind of like part of the group but also kind of a prick, he also disappeared. So they came back and are the exact same age, where they showed some people, that now the guy has a leaf blower. I mean, Jesus Christ, your yard is fine, dude. So anyway, so they came back, and actually it was funny. They disappeared at a game, and then at like a band pep rally, and then 5 years later, there's kids playing basketball, and the band reappeared in the middle of the court. It was pretty cool, pretty funny. So they were like, some of these kids grew up 5 years, and they're like, that kid was a scrawny little kid 5 years ago. Now he's cool. And there's one kid who tries to get with Mary Jane. I enjoy. What else do I enjoy? So I enjoyed that. They actually had Aunt May talk about, she was one of the people who disappeared too. So it just kind of worked out that everybody disappeared that needed to disappear, right? Except the Avengers, those 5 original Avengers aged 5 years. Everyone else didn't. But I do like, isn't this a bigger job? Shouldn't you bring other people in? And now I think I understand why they didn't bring other people in, because it wasn't Nick Fury and the Avengers. It was just these green alien people. Yeah. But it makes you wonder where is the rest of the Avengers? Because Nick Fury says, I haven't seen you since the funeral. Again, was that Nick Fury or was that the green dude shape-shifting? Oh, I'm confused, but I'm sure they'll make it all make sense in the next movie. Whenever the hell that's going to be. I don't even know what's next for Marvel. There's a Black Panther 2 coming, right? I'm sure there's a Captain Marvel 2. Then there was, there was something with Angelina Jolie. It was in the Infinities or something. I don't know. There's something with her, I think. Then there's a Doctor Strange. Then there's Thor with supposed to be Christian Bale in it. Then there's the Galaxy, of the Galaxy people. The event, the raccoon ones. I can't even think of it. But they're going to have a third movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's it. So there's plenty of Marvel movies still to keep coming eventually. We don't know when. I don't know anything about it. I did see DC World that the Batman was approved to start shooting again in England. So, phew. With everything going on in the world, at least the Batman's being made, right? Gosh, what else to talk about this movie? Sometimes you just kind of I ramble, and some of these aren't going to be that long, and I'm not sure what else to say about Spider-Man Far From Home, except I liked it. Even the 2 teachers in the movie are 2 actors I like. J.B. Smoove from Curb Your Enthusiasm, Martin Starr from Silicon Valley or Freaks and Geeks. Just fun, right? But I like that they brought back what's his name from Whiplash? I can't remember the actor's name. Oscar winner. He's like, we are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. And he's back as J. Jonah Jameson, which I thought was awesome. Jeepers Creepers. And, of course, Happy's dating Aunt May. I think. I don't know. I'm sure I haven't covered everything. There goes the air conditioner again. But I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about. I just was completely hoodwinked at the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal is not part of the Marvel universe, and that maybe Peter Parker will one day be the new Iron Man, or at least wear his mech iron suit. I liked watching Peter design his new suit. I as a nerdly wise, I don't care about the black suit that much. The mechanical mech suit, it's kind of cool looking, but don't care about that all that much. I like the old-fashioned cloth Spider-Man suit. That's nerd talk for me right there. The same suit that looks like the old Electric Company Spider-Man, or the movies, the TV movies from the 70s that are horrible. That's the Spider-Man suit that I want. Yeah, I think that's it. I've yet to watch a Marvel movie that, well, I always go back to like Thor 2 was meh, but Thor 3 was so great that, it kind of makes me forget about Thor 2. But for the most part, these movies are always pretty entertaining, and they always seem to progress. And, I text with one of my cousins sometimes who makes fun of me for liking DC, and he's like, oh, Marvel did it again, and DC never gets it right. And that's not quite true, but I try to tell him, look, I like them both, man. Yeah, I like this. And right now, I have one arm on a tree, right? I'm leaning on a tree. My legs are crossed in front of each other. I'm standing here. There's a slight breeze going. Yeah, I look like I'm on the cover of a greeting card right now, or I should be. Like, now I'm leaning up against the tree with my elbow, like I should be in a motivational poster. Like, how you doing? Or maybe like one of those awkward senior high school photos where I'm smiling. And I don't use it for the yearbook, but, I send it out to my aunts and uncles. And they're like, hey, congratulations, Michael, on graduating high school 25 years ago. So anyway, yeah, that's it. I got nothing else. Really enjoyed Spider-Man Far From Home, and really enjoyed the twist of Peter Parker getting exposed, and the twist that Jake Gyllenhaal was a bad guy the whole time, and the twist that these aliens, the green guys, that I can't remember their race's name, species name, whatever they are, that they were actually pretending to be Maria Hill and Sam Jackson the entire time. I don't know the significance of that or why that matters, but then I almost want to go back and be like, well, were there any clues, and why did that matter? Why did these people have to do this? Did they do this because that's the only people that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, would trust? I don't know. But it seemed pretty important. He's the one. Wait a minute. He's like, I made sure Peter got the glasses. Well, because he did give them to him. Did they come from Tony, or did they come from Nick Fury the whole time? I don't know. I'm not sure it even matters. Folks, that is it. I am done. So until tomorrow, my friends, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Geek Mentality. The website is fans.experts.com/movie-month. And of course, we are available everywhere podcasts are available. I'm going to go now before this guy starts, trimming his hedges, or before the air conditioner comes back on. So until tomorrow, my friends, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Who knows what we'll see tomorrow? It might be another Stars movie, but I'll try to spread them out. We'll see. Until tomorrow, my friends, here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe, 'cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode. Fans Not Experts.
All right, I watched my movie. Now I got to go put together my wife's new bike. Wish me luck with that.